What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Land Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Sleds. With me, as always, Titan Mike Kessinger. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, Kev? How you doing?
Not too much. So the Indian season is finally over.
Thank God.
Disappointing season.
Was it so?
Some could say. Well, I mean, I guess if you look at it, with all the injuries they had, they still won 93 games. But still disappointing because they kind of pissed on their leg down the stretch.
Last week or so. Ramirez was hurt down the stretch. I mean, there was a lot of obstacles that they had to hurdle, to get where they were, and for them to do what they did, I find it a winning season. It's a positive season for me. I mean, yeah, we didn't make the playoffs, but it could have been way worse. Way worse.
Yeah.
So for what it is, I mean,
Yeah, they went 93-69. Hard to believe. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season we were going to win 93 games
and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, missed the playoffs, I would have said you were crazy.
Yeah, no. A lot of people, most people probably didn't see that, wouldn't predict that either, but I mean, that just shows how good the American League was this year. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, what, 300 teams in the American League?
Yeah, Houston.
Minnesota and the Yankees.
Minnesota, yep, and the Yankees. Yeah, Minnesota was the surprise team. I would have never thought they would win 100 games if you would have asked me before the season.
They picked up a lot of weapons, a lot of key players in the offseason.
They did. They had picked up a couple guys I wanted. So, I mean, it paid off for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what happens when you pay talent to come to your team. I mean, you win.
First time since 2015 we will not be in the postseason. So, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. The window's definitely not closed.
No, if we can re-sign Puig, that window's open pretty good.
That's the thing. Did you see his
goodbye?
His Instagram goodbye. I mean, he had said before that he wants to return. He said he loves the city, loves his teammates, loves the fans. So
we'll see. I mean, I think, like we talked about last week, with Kipnis most likely not come back. At least for that value, he's not come back with that value.
Yeah, today they actually Chris Antonetti said they're picking up Corey Kluber's $17 million option, and they're declining Jason Kipnis and Dan Otero.
Dan Otero's what, $5-6 million?
Yeah, well, he's nothing significant.
Okay, and Kipnis was what, 14?
I think it was 14.
So that's 20 right there.
Right.
All right, and then you're also saving the 20 that 17-ish that you with Bauer that you most likely would have to pay for him.
But they're going to have to pay out a lot of money in arbitration next year. There's a lot of guys up for arbitration, so
like who though? People that we can just
a lot of the younger guys, first, second, third year guys. So I don't know the exact number. I tried to look it up today, but I couldn't really find anything on it. But yeah, they're gonna have to pay out a lot of arbitration, but that's the way it goes.
I still think they need to re-sign Puig, like without a doubt.
I agree 100%. I mean, since he came over from the Indians, 49 games, he had 297, only 2 home runs, but drove in 23 at 15 doubles. And, of course, his arm from right field, he threw out quite a few guys that still tried to run on him for whatever reason. But, yeah, he's a big piece. I mean, he was a big piece of that trade, and I'd definitely like to have him back. I know he's going to be, I think, 31 years old, but, I mean, he's got some good years.
Puig?
Yeah.
He's
30 or 31.
I thought we looked at him, he was like 28.
I thought he was a little older. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But if that's the case, then, I mean, definitely. I'd go 3 years. Because you look at the outfield situation next year, I mean, Naquin's going to miss most of the season, probably at least half the season.
He's 28 years old.
Is he 28? Okay.
But he won't turn 29 till December.
So not Kipnis, like I was saying, Naquin's going to miss all that time. Bradley Zimmer, who knows what they're going to do with him.
He'll have the whole offseason to recoup more and more and more.
They do have the young kid, Daniel Johnson, they got in the Yan Gomes trade, who hit 290 and 19 home runs combined between Akron and Columbus. So he's knocking on the door. But I'd rather have the proven commodity if you're going to contend at this point.
So you're off the Bobby Bradley trade?
For now, yeah.
Welcome to the great side.
But like I said, after winning 5 straight pull within a half game, they finished 2-6. So they kind of ran out of gas there at the end.
We got 7 players in that Bauer trade.
5. I listed all the guys that were involved in that trade and what they did. I'll get to that.
Okay, Bauer's there. Never mind.
They also announced today they're bringing back the entire coaching staff except for bullpen coach Scott Atchison. He's the only one getting let go. I don't know how their hitting coach still has a job.
So our bullpen coach is worse than our hitting coach.
Yeah, apparently.
That's okay. Sure.
Yeah, that's one of Tito's buddies. Apparently, I can't think of any other reason he's still around.
He has dirt on the whole organization.
Ty Van Bertelio. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it is what it is.
I understand the Indian season's over. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm more into the NFL right now. There's a lot of shit going down.
Yeah, I know.
Like my head was all in it. Like trade Lindor. Like you want us to trade Lindor?
I didn't say I want him to trade Lindor, but it's a Trevor Bauer situation. You're going to get the most value if you trade him this summer.
Do we have him for another 3 years?
2.
Including next 2 including next year?
2 including next year. That's going to be the tough decision right there because they're not going to be able to re-sign him. And from what I heard today, Paul Hoynes said that he's
trade options.
Him and his agent have rebuffed each time the Indians have come at him talking about a long-term extension. So I don't know how true that is, but I mean Paul Hoynes is pretty credible Indians reporter. But even Antonetti kind of hinted at that today. He said they definitely want to keep him, but so far they haven't been able to work anything out. So that's going to be the biggest key to the offseason is what happens there. I think. If you're serious about contending next year, then you obviously keep him. He's the key piece, even though I know a lot of people were down on him the last couple weeks because he struck out in most of his at bats when they needed him the most. But I mean, he's the face of the franchise, so that's a tough decision there.
So where do you think he goes?
I don't know. I mean, if it gets to free agency, obviously New York is the name that comes to mind. But trade wise,
what, L.A.?
Yeah, it's possible.
Chicago.
And look at the bigger market teams where he can make more endorsements and all that good stuff.
Man,
but I'm pretty sure there'll be a riot if they trade him. I know a lot of fans are going to be upset, so
depends on
there's going to be a lot of backlash. But it depends on what you get in return.
Like if you have a team that's desperate, wants to put that has a cap that has.
Well, they'll get a haul for him if they trade him.
Oh yeah, we're gonna to be honest with you, you're gonna need more than just one.
Well, there's no shortstop.
MLB talents.
There's no shortstop right now ready to come up and take his place. I mean, they have some good shortstop prospects, but they're all at least 2-3 years away. The closest ones.
So we're gonna have to get a shortstop in return, at least a stopgap, and then you're looking at least 2, maybe 3 major league starters plus 2.
Right.
Top talents for Lindor, because Lindor is top 10 MLB player.
Oh, easily.
So, and I see this trade options. You think Boston will go Betts?
Because they can't agree on a long-term contract. So supposedly his name's gonna be on the trade block.
So we're gonna trade up. That's gonna take a haul for him.
Well, that's the thing. How much sense does it make? Because they're in the same situation with him as where Lindor. He has 2 years left. So I think he has $20-some million left on his contract.
So why would we trade a bunch of prospects and talent to get him for a rental?
That's what I heard. That was the name I heard thrown around. That one and
Chris Bryant's older though, right?
I don't think he's that much older. I think he's late 20s. And then Trey Mancini from Baltimore was the other one. I know he was a guy that a lot of people wanted to go after at this trade deadline, but I mean they did pretty well with what they got for Bauer. So, and speaking of that trade, I listed all the guys involved. I mean it was a landslide win for the Indians. I know Reyes' average is down a little bit. That was from the slow start, but he had 10 homers in 51 games, 35 RBIs. Like I said, Puig hit 297. Scott Moss is a guy who could be a rotation option next year. That was the lefty we got from the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah, combined with Columbus and Akron, he was 2-1 with a 1.26 ERA.
See, I hate pitching ERA and when they talk about AA and AAA.
Yeah,
because it's really deceiving.
Right.
Like, half the people there aren't ready to do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like, might have a big league arm in Scott Moss. You know, he could be ready to come up, but is he gonna be good in the big leagues? You know what I mean? So like, it's kind of like
the other end of the spectrum. Logan Allen, the other lefty arm they got from San Diego, posted a 7 ERA with the Indians with Columbus. But from what I read, they said that they think they can tweak his delivery. There's a couple things they think they can work on and make him effective again.
Hope so.
Because before this year, he was pretty solid in the minors.
Yeah.
He just struggled with San Diego. He had a 5+ ERA, and then got even worse once he came here. And he only got that brief stint with the Indians. Pitched that 2 innings, I think it was. Looked good in that 2 innings, but. And then Victor Nova, who's a far-off prospect, played in the rookie league at 246 in 16 games since coming over. Trevor Bauer at 10 starts with the Reds, 2-5 with a 6.39 ERA.
That's ridiculous.
That's their new ace right there.
Let's give it time. Like, I put money on it. He's not. I put money on it. He doesn't pitch six next year.
What I didn't understand is after he got traded, he talked about why he was so ineffective with the Indians, giving up so many home runs. He said he pitched. He had 2 or 3 injuries, but he said now that he's in Cincinnati, he feels 100% healthy. So they just went away after he got traded. I mean, that's just part of.
He has the backup. Like, so he opened his mouth before, not knowing he's gonna get traded. A bunch of shit. And when he got traded, he tried to make the best out of the situation.
Right.
And then he just, he's contradicting the shit out of himself because he's trying to make himself look like he's on top.
Yeah.
He's not. He was pissed. He came and watched the Indians play after he got fucking traded.
Yeah.
And he stood in the stands and watched them play. He wants to be here. He wanted to be here. He loved it here. He might have done that whole 1-for-1 here, but damn, ESPN bullshit out. What happened to ESPN? Oh, wild card ended.
And then the final piece of that trade, Taylor Trammell going to San Diego, who they gave up Reyes and Allen for, it hit a cool 229. So I'd say that worked out in favor of the Indians for sure. But the other big thing, talking about next year money-wise, the minority owner, John Sherman, left and bought the Royals. So there's a void right there of money. So I'm sure they're going to be looking for another minority owner to join and put some money into the team. So
I could see LeBron. LeBron's always wanted to hands in, legit. Like, he's always wanted to be funny. Hands in on an NBA franchise. He said he talked about MLB and NFL.
Oh, he wants to own an NBA team when he retires.
Yeah, and he's always talked about being a minority in other sports that he loves, but now if he actually does and goes and does it, but.
And then the attendance dropped 0.2 million from last year to this year. So.
Oh yeah.
And they won't have any postseason money coming in this year, so. Those are all factors, and I'm sure we'll hear those brought up too when they're talking about the moves they didn't make this offseason. So
yeah, excuses, but
it's the same. It's like a broken record with those guys.
It's ridiculous.
It's ownership is what it comes down to. It's not like Antonetti and Chernoff are bad GM and president. It's their hands are tied with ownership. So. We'll see. It'll be an interesting offseason, but we're kind of putting to bed Indians talk for now.
Forever
until around December when the winter meetings heat up and the trades and shit start to go down. So
if we don't trade Lindor for both those rookies that hit 50 home runs, like the guy from the Dodgers and who's the other one from the Mets? The rookie from the Mets that hit 52 home runs.
Pete Alonso.
Yeah, we gotta get both those somehow for Lindor.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So I'm saying 2 different teams, 1 player, to figure out how to work that out. But we would get both of them. That's the only way I'm letting them go.
Yeah, if they're gonna contend, I don't want to trade them. One other note: Jose Ramirez told them that he would move to second next year if it helps him. He said he doesn't want to be bouncing back and forth between second and third. He wants to either play third or second.
I wouldn't want to bounce back and forth either.
Right.
It really messes with.
But if they think they can acquire a third baseman easier than a second baseman, then or Yu Chang,
I think
Yu Chang or Nolan Jones, their prospect who's knocking on the door as well at the third baseman.
I think there's better talent out there at third base than second base, anyways. Like second base is like a dying position. Like there's no top tier talent no more. Like it's always left side of the field. You know, third and short, or like the hot corner. So
well, one guy I would like is Mike Moustakas. I wanted them to sign him this year. He was on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
With Milwaukee and had another good season. So he's a power bat.
Yeah, but how old is he though? Like he's pretty old right now, right?
30s.
Yeah. So is it going to be worth it though?
I mean, I'm not talking. Even if it's a 1-year deal,
you're still looking at a rental. Like we need the money. I'd rather sign Puig long term.
Well, they're not going to sign a third baseman long term because, like I said, they got Chang and Nolan Jones coming up. So one of those two will end up being the future third baseman, I'm sure.
Well, maybe bring up Chang early. Just deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if he's given consistent playing time. I mean, it's tough getting thrown in every 3-4 days. Once
Greg Allen seems to be able to...
Yeah, he's a guy that kind of gets screwed. He produces and never gets a chance to play regularly, but...
but I'm
they don't. I don't think they look him.
I think the biggest bright spot in this Indians team is Mercado. Like,
yeah. Oh, definitely.
Like, I did not expect him to be...
I didn't expect him to do what he did at all.
Yeah, no
I
way.
thought maybe he'd hit like 250, 260 at the most.
Not even that. Like, just his glove was ridiculous. I didn't expect it to be, like, gold glove worthy. Like, you've seen some of the plays that guy made. Like, it's ridiculous. It's diving everywhere. And then... his bat, he was on a big slump, so he was like this,
Yeah,
but,
he got a little more pop in his bat than I thought he had too.
Yeah,
he's not a big guy.
He can put him out there. Yeah,
he's not a very big guy.
It's like Lindor. Like Lindor's not a big dude. He can send him out there. It's just ridiculous.
Bat speed.
Yeah, like they're crazy. But I guess that's enough.
It's over. Get on to talk about the Buckeyes a little bit. Dominating win over Nebraska.
Yes.
As expected.
We thought last year when they played Nebraska, Martinez ate us up.
Yeah.
We held his ass to like 40-some passing yards.
He threw 3 picks in the first half. He looked terrible.
We held him to like 40-some passing yards. Like their total offense, I don't even write it down. It was ridiculous. Like I think it was less than 100 yards total offense.
Yeah.
Like with they're saying the defense is top 3 defense in the country.
It's getting better each week.
It's showing. Chase Young has 8 sacks already. It's
Okuda at cornerback. They say he's probably the top corner in all of college football. He's ridiculous.
He's a ball hog too. He reminds me of Lattimore.
He's got 3 picks in the last 2 weeks.
He had 2 last game.
Yeah, he had one the week before, and then.
Well, he had 1, and then one that kind of like fell into his hand.
Yeah, he was on the ground.
He got tipped. He's like, "Oh look, ball!" But it's still a pick. He had to work for that one, but still, I guess it's. But
yeah, they know how to churn out the big corners. That's for sure.
Yeah, it leads to the thing: who is actually DBU? Is it LSU? Is it Ohio State?
Right.
I mean,
there's a lot of them around the NFL right now.
Yeah. Look at it. Like, fucking the Saints have.
I seen the video earlier. They got 5 Buckeyes.
The Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have legit. They have Von Bell,
Michael Thomas, Eli
Apple, Marshawn Lattimore, and then
who's the other one?
Was it a lineman? Michael Jordan? No, that's the Bengals have Jordan.
Come on, I just seen this.
I knew the 4. I didn't know they had a 5th.
Ted Ginn.
Oh yeah, Ted Ginn. Yeah, Ted Ginn. No, he's an old Buckeye though.
Yeah, he is.
He's still a Buckeye, but an old Buckeye.
Right.
But yeah, dude, it's like little OSU down there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it used to be like Pittsburgh, always a draft to Ohio State player. Like anywhere you look, it's like Ohio State player. Like why can't like?
Yeah, and that's for years the Browns never picked Ohio State guys, never. And finally Dorsey broke that trend. Yeah, Denzel, but
he hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Hopefully, that's starting to be a concern.
Well, hamstrings are an issue, dude. Those things are
at least it wasn't a concussion.
They're nagging.
That was the problem.
So I mean, like if you have a hamstring injury, you could be out.
Yeah.
You could be 100% fine, but it's just still.
But Justin Fields, another spectacular performance. 15 of 21, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns, another touchdown on the ground. On the season, he's completing 70% of his passes, over 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 7 more on the ground. Yeah, no picks.
That's the biggest stat right there in my book.
He's thrown his name in the Heisman race.
He keeps
the
ball. He doesn't give the ball away.
No.
He keeps us on the scoring path.
It's just he's
But
crazy.
he's not even in the top Heisman race candidates right now. It's his bull. He's getting so much fucking bullshit. Like, it's his Tua and Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts put up some numbers, but any quarterback in Oklahoma fucking put Fields at Oklahoma Oklahoma State or Oklahoma, and all they do is fucking throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
It's fucking air raid. It's of course you're gonna have big fucking numbers because you don't play defense in the Big 12.
Trevor Lawrence didn't look too good.
He looks like trash. Like he
They
looks
almost
like.
they're lucky they won that game.
Dude, I was like, oh, they dropped out at first. I mean,
Yeah, they should have after that.
They should drop further. I mean, top four is still one, but
Right.
Ohio State jumped in the top four though, so that's good. If we can beat Michigan State convincingly,
Yeah, blackout this week.
if we can beat them convincingly this weekend, I think it really solidifies us as a top 2 team in this country.
Yeah.
Like, if I was any other team, I'd be scared to play Ohio State because there's something special about Fields and Day. Like, this offense Day's running and the defense is, he's put.
Yeah.
His defense is nasty. I've never seen a better defense in Ohio State. Even with, I'm gonna say, even with Meyer, this one is stingy. Like the Nick Bosa's age. I mean, it's,
Chase Young has 8 sacks.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
games.
yeah, dude, it's in this.
He's gonna be a top 5 pick.
Chase Young, I would say number 1 overall pick, but like quarterbacks are gonna be there. You got Tua, Burrow, Hubert. I mean, you got Fields can't go. Who else is there? No, there's one more. Jalen Hurts. Like,
Jalen Hurts.
We were just talking like those. They're gonna. It's gonna go. It all depends on the. In the order who's at the finish.
And then the running back combination just with Dobbins and Master T. I mean, they just pound you. I mean, I wouldn't want to try to tackle either one of those.
No. And if Dave was here, he would say McCall had a big part of that offense.
He's doing his punt returns.
Yeah, fucking joke.
But yeah, we got the blackout game. Everybody's wearing black. They're wearing their black uniforms,
which I love. I'm doing it early.
Yeah,
early.
I know a lot of people, the traditionalists, don't like them, but I love the uniform. I wish they wore them more.
I like them. Not a more thing. I mean,
2-3 games.
They're my favorite jerseys. I'm not gonna lie, they're my favorite ones.
Yeah, they're
but
badass.
They're so much more special when they do it in certain games. Yeah. I wish they would do it in the Michigan game. Like,
they might.
I doubt they've never done it, and I don't think they ever will. That game is too traditional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even a rivalry anymore, but it's still too traditional.
You know what's crazy is they haven't allowed a touchdown to Michigan State in the last three meetings.
Who?
Ohio State.
Really? No,
it's been all field goals. It was the last 2 or 3 games. It's been all field goals.
But they usually play us tough, though.
Yeah, it's usually we don't score a ton against them, but we don't allow a touchdown. I think it's the last 2. I can't remember. I seen it earlier. It was like the last 2 or 3.
Where are you watching the
seasons.
game at Saturday?
It's a night game, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, probably at home.
Oh, okay. I gotta go. We're gonna watch a movie. Me and Amanda. I think we're gonna go see the new Joker or It if it's still in theater.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go last Saturday, but some shit happened.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna check my phone in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Piss a bunch of people off. Or I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna be the biggest test so far of the year. Like, even though they're ranked 25th.
They're ranked 25th.
But this, like I said, it's a Big Ten game. No matter what, like they play hard, dude. Like, Michigan State, Big Ten components.
Well, they got Wisconsin coming up in a couple weeks too.
That's gonna be
a really big one.
That's gonna be a good game. They destroyed. I love how they destroyed Michigan.
That was awesome.
Great.
Yeah, the pretenders.
But then they came back and just wiped the floor. And then Chris Ash got fired at Rutgers because they got blanked.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, it was funny seeing Harbaugh and Michigan celebrate in the locker room after beating Rutgers.
Mediocrity, man, at its finest. So I got a question for you. Since we're on this college football subject, you saw the California governor sign that bill for college athletes to get paid on their on their likeliness and endorsements and all that stuff. How do you feel about that? Do you like that or do you not like that?
I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, these colleges do make a shit ton of money off these guys, off these athletes.
True. No, I'm not gonna lie. They do, but they get a lot in return as well. Yeah. They got a free ride for college, and some of these colleges aren't cheap. Yeah. Like, you're looking $20,000-$30,000 a semester. You know, so if you're going 2 semesters a year, 60. I mean,
and some of the
and then housing and tutors and books and food and all that stuff they get you.
And some of the better top tier players that have classes that they attend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're taking like intro to basket weaving and like intro to crocheting. They're getting a gen ed degree. You know, I mean, but you're still getting a free ride to college to play a game, right?
Right.
I get, but because you're not an amateur.
Well, here's the thing. I mean,
once you get paid, you're considered an amateur. You know, because
are they paying all of them or just
any athlete in California will be eligible? Any
college sport?
Yes.
Wow.
You can't. They're not. You can't.
Yeah.
Because then now you're discriminating against certain colleges. So especially if you go no volleyball, right? So now all these women are gonna be like, is it because we're women? Are we not good enough?
So the UCLA field hockey teams.
Yes, UCLA swimming can get endorsements. I mean, they're not gonna make as much as the football, the basketball players, because they're not as polarizing.
And this is all supposedly driven by boosters, right? From what I heard.
What do you mean, like the
money for this?
How they're gonna get paid?
Yeah.
Like college was? No, I don't think so.
That's what I heard this morning. I didn't.
The boosters are gonna pay them?
Yeah.
To go to that school?
I don't know.
I don't think
I haven't looked. I just heard about it.
I don't think they're paying them to choose that school. They're allowing them to. So if the NCAA football comes back out, in college, you know, in a video game,
it should please.
Yes.
Bring it back out.
Yes. That's besides the point. Yes, 100%. But if they come back out, these players can get, you know, they get paid for that. And if their jersey sales, you know, college jerseys never have names on them.
Yeah.
Well, now they can have names on these jerseys, and they can get a percentage of that.
That makes sense.
So they'll get endorsements. So Nike can be like, all right, we'll give you a shoe contract because you're like Chase Young could get like a contract for something, you know, crazy. Some crazy like company can give him an endorsement.
Right.
Because, you know, or whatever. Justin Hubert or whoever in California. That's what it is. But it makes it. I think it's gonna be. The NCAA already came back and said that, you know, they could hinder their championships. Like they won't let them get champion. You know.
Yeah. Which
is gonna affect recruiting. I think. So a negative effect on recruiting because nobody's gonna be like, all right, certain sports, certain people are like, I don't give a fuck about championship. I just want to get paid. Go to the NFL. You're gonna have that percentage of athletes, but 98% of the other people within those smaller sports, like we were talking about volleyball, field hockey, whatever. Like, well, I'm going to college to play the sport, to get a college education, but I want to win championships because they know they're not going to make a profession out of this.
Well, too, especially in basketball, it could encourage guys to go to college for at least a year because now they have the option of going right from high school. They can go overseas for 1 year and then enter the NBA draft, which is what R.J. Hampton, the top high school player, is doing.
Look at LaMelo. He's making $100,000.
Well, like they were saying this morning, look how much more Zion Williamson, how much more money he made going to Duke for a year rather than going to play overseas and then entering the draft.
You get your name in this big spotlight. Like, you got to think these leagues overseas don't get much press.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to cause a lot of... One high school star is not going to cause a media frenzy in Australia, you know, professional basketball league. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But when you're in a top 5 college sport, you know, team in that sport, you're gonna make yourself shine. You know, you're gonna have the media on you because that's a school. Like any player that goes to Duke is a, you know, just under the lights automatically. So you're gonna get put out there. But whatever, if you want to go,
that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, like I said, it's 2023, so it's
there's still a lot of time.
Away.
Florida the governor he said
they have a lot of work to do on it yet.
They said Florida governors just put something in there too to approve the same thing as in California. So what happened? Someone died.
I got a text. Elite players don't strike out on shitty pitches as much as he does. Talking about Lindor. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Lindor.
Elite pitchers. Elite hitters don't strike out.
Yeah, elite hitters.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. He was bad down the stretch.
You don't think Lindor was an elite hitter?
I do, but
Is he a home run hitter? No.
No.
But the dude's averaging, like, I think 300 plus for his career right now.
Pretty close, if not 300. Pretty close.
So, I mean, he's up there. I don't know.
All right. Well, I know we're about to get in the NFL here, so let me hit up our sponsors real quick before we do that. We have got Detroit Auto Parts, the main sponsor of Redline Radio. 2 convenient locations on the east side at 216-531-7373 and on the west side at 216-398-7373. Mention Redline and get 10% off your purchase. Wiggins Construction and Home Improvement. You can reach Will Wiggins at 440-731-4654. Call today for your free estimate. Graver Machine Tool, the hotline sponsor of Redline Radio for all your powder coating and machining needs. Contact Ken Graber at 440-322-3685. Always Green Landscaping in Twinsburg. You can contact Sean Martyr at 330-487-0582. Lubrication Supply out of Norwalk. In the field or on the track, let them put you in the winner's circle. Call Kevin or Jim at 330-813-2305. Young and McCarthy Attorneys for truck crash victims. You can reach them at truckcrashvictimhelp.com. Cater Printing for all your screen printing needs. You can reach them on their website at www.caterprinting.com. Let Amy get you hooked up today. K&M Towing in Cleveland. You can reach them, James or Tom, at 216-252-2229. And 440 Ride, the local transportation company serving Lorraine County. You can reach them at 440-877-RIDE. Dirty Jobs Dirt Cheap. Contact Rick Crofts at 440-453-6844. And Millsy Motorsports, the newest sponsor of Redline. You can contact Mike Miller at 937-671-7345. And we've got our sponsor here at the Land Sports Podcast, Wagner Landscaping. Out of Streetsboro, you can reach Michelle at 330-524-5445.
No,
All right.
Liam Neeson was in Franklin County.
Yeah, Route 59, that old
Spins bolt
piece of shit hotel.
Yeah.
He was filming today.
Yeah, he was in Cleveland yesterday, I think it was. Or the
Yeah,
day
they said
before.
it's filming in Cleveland and New Mexico. Are the 2 locations for the movie.
Yeah, they filmed in. He was at a.
Yeah, I was reading about it today. I guess he's like in an ex-Vietnam vet who's helping save some kid from the Mexican cartel.
Okay, so it's like taking.
Yeah, it's
south of the border.
right up his alley. The action thrillers.
So you want to start with Browns game, just overall NFL. What do you want to do? You want to save the Browns game for last?
Yeah, we can go NFL and then we'll talk Browns.
All right, so let's go with our pick'ems. Like we
can do that.
not like the results, but like some of the games that we picked. Like now we talked about yesterday. We talked about last week. Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
With Dave, I said he was overrated. I thought he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
He definitely played better last year than he has this year.
Yes, and I think last year was a fluke. I think it was more of a nobody knew who he was type thing. Now there's footage on him, and
I didn't want the Browns to draft him. I know a lot of local people because
the local boy type.
Local boy from Menor.
No, I get that story. The whole pull at your heartstrings, but
yeah, I wasn't.
But you got he goes out first quarter of the game, and then Chase Daniels come in as his backup.
Chase Daniels is
he's a good backup. He's a solid backup.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna bet a bunch of money on him, but he ain't gonna turn the ball over. He reminds me of a poor man's Alex Smith.
Yeah.
He's controls the ball. He makes smart decisions, and he doesn't lose by giving the ball up. He loses because
he takes care of the ball.
He just can't convert.
Game manager.
Exactly, 100%. But that's what they did. They shut out the Vikings. I mean, that defense is elite. If you have a defense that good, any quarterback should. I mean, the weapons around him, you should be able to put up decent numbers.
It's funny. I remember a lot of people in Cleveland screaming for the Browns to make the move for Kirk Cousins. What a disaster that would have been.
Yeah, but that's the whole hindsight 2020 thing, because you guys look what he was. Was he better than what we had?
He was, but
so at that time it would have been a great move, right?
Take Baker Mayfield
obviously,
100 times over.
But you didn't have Baker then.
No.
But you had.
But if you would have gotten Cousins, you would have never picked Baker Mayfield. Been in position to pick Baker Mayfield.
I don't know.
And that was a lot of money you would have had tied up in him.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it'd been a different situation, but
so for the Steelers fans out there, they're excited about Mason Rudolph leading them to a win over Cincinnati and all his dump off passes to James Conner.
There's actually Jalen Samuels got more.
And
than
Samuels, yeah, he didn't throw the ball on the field.
No, because Juju didn't put up like 6-7 points in fantasy that week. That game, so I mean,
that's like I've seen people on Twitter say, "Wow, Mason Rudolph's 12 of 13." Yeah, he's
for 87 yards.
Yeah, he's dumping it up. I can stand back there and dump the ball.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, the first big dude that touched me, I'm gonna fucking cry like a bitch. But that defense won it for him. Like I'm sorry, like
the defense and the pathetic Cincinnati
the
offense.
The Bengals' offensive line it's not even their offense. They have talent. Mixon's I like him. He's a good running back.
Yeah,
he's a good running back. Yeah. Look what he did last year. He was a beast last year. They have Ross who's stepping up. Like last year, we thought he was a bust, but this year he's just balling.
Yeah.
Then you have Boyd, who's doing things.
Ross just went on IR.
Yeah, I know that rookie Tate they have. He looks pretty good. And then when AJ Green comes back.
Speaking of AJ Green, they showed a clip of him on the sidelines, just rolling his eyes, just like to get me out of here. Look at his face.
They need offensive line help,
hardcore.
Because when they lost Zeitler, they lost a lot of people. Like Michael Jordan's getting pushed around by Cameron Haywood. He's brand new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That offensive line needs help. If you can give Dalton some time, I like Dalton. Right? He gets a bad rep, right? Because he's been in the league for 12 years now, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts up numbers. Like he's 3,500 yards, 4,000 yards, roughly around there, 3,000 to 4,000 yards every year. Like they just can't keep. He was sacked like 12 times. Like he was sacked 12 fucking times.
Yeah, you're not gonna win.
You can't win a game from your back.
That many sacks.
He was on his back more than a porn star. It was bad. Like it was horrible. Like they need to beef up the offensive line, and then I don't think it'd be that big of a deal because they have a running game. Their defense is not horrible. There's just defense was out there the whole fucking day, like the whole game. Like it was bad. But
Jeff Kirby said, as a Steelers fans, it made me happy that they won, but nothing to be impressed about. And a win against Baltimore would be something.
Now we'll see if you guys can keep in check with Lamar Jackson. Their offensive line is way better, so you're not gonna get the penetration and the pressure that you got on Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
The offensive line is gonna push you back. Cameron Hayward, T.J. Watt, they need to step it up. Bush is gonna need to step it up. Bush had his first, I think, in my opinion, his first good game last night on Monday night. And if he can keep adding to that, then it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. But you're not gonna put Lamar Jackson on his back 9-12 times.
No. Yeah.
So
some of those, I thought they had him nailed in the backfield, and he escaped.
Ravens are the number 2 ranked rushing team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, behind
Mark Ingram was chewing him up. I mean, if he wouldn't have fumbled it could have been a different game. He fumbled around the 20-yard line. They were driving to score, and then we turned around and scored off the turnover. So it could have been a different game had he scored then.
So I think Pittsburgh they haven't showed me nothing either. Pittsburgh's not 0-4, they're 1-3, but they haven't beat nobody impressive. Like they haven't done anything. So a win against Ravens. Yeah, that could show something. That would, but
maybe start.
Am I betting on the Ravens to beat the Steelers?
Where's that? Is that Baltimore or Pittsburgh?
It's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Ravens over Steelers.
I think I'm going to take the Ravens too. They're going to be hungry after.
Yeah, they're
getting embarrassed at home.
Yeah, because they're going to be like, because the Browns are playing who
49ers, another team that's played nobody so far.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns that game.
I am too. Yeah, I'm looking for them to build off of what they started in Baltimore. Hopefully,
I think the 49ers are overrated. Now, granted, they haven't played nobody either. If they can come in here and they just pound on the Browns, and I'm talking 30-point win, Tennessee Titans beating the Browns win, then I can look at the 49ers and be okay, They're legit.
It's like they're 3-0, but Garoppolo hasn't played that great so far.
No, not really. They're just their defense is pretty stout. Like they can get after the passer.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the biggest battle here.
Our line has to play like that against Baltimore. They were awesome against Baltimore. Gave up 1 sack at the beginning of the game, and that was it. They kept Baker on his feet.
And that's what they need to do, because if Baker has time to throw, he's accurate. He can make those plays. He might not go deep, but he can make the plays and move the chains. All you got to do is move the chains.
Did you see the graphic, the little video of the Chubb run showing that like the circles with the numbers on them?
No.
It was showing like the above view and how the players are circles with the numbers, and it showed Chubb running down the field and his speed, and then it showed number 6 running not too far behind him. And then the most impressive one, here comes big number 78, Greg Robinson, not too far behind Baker, streaking all the way down the field. They said he went 17.5 miles an hour.
Damn. Yeah, but like, you know who's really surprised me right now? And I know they took an L last week, but the Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, their defense. Yeah, I mean they were in that game.
They lost their quarterback.
Josh Allen got hurt.
You know, so they had, who was it?
Matt Barkley.
Yeah, Matt Barkley came in there.
Yeah.
And literally, they had the ball with a chance to score, to tie, or to actually take the lead against New England. But that defense in Buffalo is nice. They held Brady to 150 yards and interception, no touchdown.
Yeah, he did not have a good game.
No, like he had, in fantasy, like it was 3 point some points. Like,
how about old man Frank Gore, 105 yards?
Yeah, he's tied, what, 4th now?
Yeah.
Was it 4th?
I think it's 4th.
4th all time in rushing yards. Yeah.
He's still going strong.
Yeah. But that's
because
Devin Singletary's out right now, so he's getting a workhorse. But once he comes back, that's the other thing. Once Devin Singletary comes back from his injury, the offense gets a new change. It's a new change of pace, a new dynamic. Like,
how long is Allen out?
He's in concussion protocol, I think it was.
Okay, so probably miss a week or 2 at the most.
It's
usually 1 to 2 weeks.
It depends. Like, he was. I don't know if he might be coming back this week, because I don't know if he was showing signs of improvement. Like, I think I didn't read the article, but it says the chance of him coming back. It's like Barkley's already practicing, and he's eyeing next week a week 6 return.
Oh yeah, I seen that earlier. Yeah.
Seriously, you're
coming back early.
3 weeks after? No, dude, you ain't coming back 3 weeks. No, because you're the first cut you make on that ankle, you're going down, and you're gonna be out for like 7 weeks.
Season.
Yeah. So do it.
Well, they're not going anywhere, so.
Oh man, Daniel Jones is looking good. Like, they won last week.
Yeah, he's actually looking better, a lot better than Eli.
They get Golden Tate back this week.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they got Evan Ingram, who's a beast. Like,
yeah, this is
Sterling Shepard is coming out of nowhere. So I mean, he's
I just picked him up in fantasy. He's been playing good.
And then Golden Tate comes back. He has that slot receiver that's going to give you that mismatch with the linebackers and the safeties. So I mean,
Evan Ingram.
No, Golden Tate.
No, I mean he's not.
Wait, Evan Ingram, yeah, he's eating too. Like, so there's weapons there. Daniel Jones can use it. Like, he's a little bit more mobile and he's quicker on the draw. Like, I can see why they picked him. Like, he looks good. Like, he's literally Baker. Like, he could be 2-0 right now as a starter in the NFL, but his fucking kicker missed a goddamn field goal to win the game for him. Like, he took you down there, and then but it is what it is. But he came back and he won last week, so he got that monkey off his back. So probably the chance, because the Giants are playing this week. They're playing the Vikings are coming to town. So I mean, if he can,
there's a chance.
There's a lot of turmoil in Minnesota too right now. Like, Thielen and Diggs are not happy with Cousins' play. I mean,
yeah, they're not throwing the ball down.
Thielen's are like, you can't just run the ball 180 times a game. You're not going to win that way in the NFL.
Short passes.
Yeah, like, so there's Diggs missed practice today for some unknown reason. He wasn't at practice after trade demands were made. And
Jalen Ramsey situation.
Yeah, like, can we see? We can see what if we see a Diggs for Ramsey trade? Like, some other compensation.
Yeah, it's possible.
That would be ridiculous defense, and that Minnesota defense would be nuts. Xavier Rhodes and Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Whoo! And you had the pass rush with Hunter, anyways, and Griffin. I mean,
yeah, they keep saying they're not trading Ramsey, but I mean, they're just gonna let him sit.
If you're telling me the owners are gonna get a Stefan Diggs type of, you don't have one of those right now.
Right.
Who's your guy? D.D. Westbrook and the chalk dude that's come out of nowhere. Like, you tell me if you're not gonna jump on the chance to add a Diggs.
Right.
Disgruntled Jalen Ramsey can leave. You still have AJ Bayou. I mean, Boye or whatever his name is, and then
give the porn stash sensation Gardner Minshew another weapon.
Yeah, I could change the dynamic of the AFC South and with Leonard Fournette having his breakout game, maybe that turns. I mean,
what happens to Nick Foles?
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, if this kid's
if Gardner Minshew does this the remainder of the year.
Did you see the ESPN commercial with him and Uncle Rico?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Have you seen all the Baker commercials in Cleveland? Like all the in this seen the one with the lights, the breaker box,
I don't know if I saw that one.
He's flipping breakers. I think his wife or his girlfriend or someone's up in there trying to turn on a blender.
Okay,
He's flips it now. No. He's just hit someone. He's I don't know who did this. He just slams the thing and walks away because he can't do it. Yeah. And he throws a party. And you see the one we threw a party in Brown Stadium?
No, I didn't see.
He's well, next week we'll do it at your house. Now he goes to clean up the whole fucking stadium, lower bowl parts all just disgusting. He brings out little fucking one of those little handheld vacuums, the dust buster. He's bad idea. And then you see the one with lawnmower. You never seen that one?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that one.
The only one I keep seeing him in is the Heisman House ones for the college football.
I heard there's a new one with Kyler Murray trying to play baseball or something like that. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I heard it's pretty good. I guess Tebow came in there and shit. So it's
supposed to be pretty good.
Supposed to be pretty good, yeah. But I guess we can go back. Let's go into what time we got. 15 minutes just. We head up in the Browns.
I think I got it going to 9:15, so if you need some extra time, we got it.
That's cool. So we'll go in the Browns game here. So if you pick your MVP of the game, who is your MVP of the game?
Nick Chubb, without a doubt. That dude can motor for a big man. Yeah. How'd you like Earl Thomas? So I didn't chase him because I didn't want to pull a hamstring.
Well, if he broke through, and then most NFL players aren't going to do it. Right. They're no.
Yeah, there was nobody close to him.
So you're not catching him. So why are you going to try? You're just literally, like you said, you're probably going to injure yourself.
Right.
So okay, let's get it back.
165 yards, 3 touchdowns, AFC Player of the Week award.
Yeah,
well deserved. But I mean, Mayfield had a great game. 20 of 30, 342. Had the one pick, which Jarvis Landry probably could have broke up. He kind of gave up on the route.
You want to get hit?
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, he played obviously for sure his best game of the season. He looked like he did last year. The team as a whole, the offense looked like it did last year.
The line is who the
line was outstanding.
My MVP goes to the line.
Yeah,
it's not one player. Up. That's how you win games. That's how Baker wins you games. Yep. This is what Baker can do. If Baker's not under pressure, he can do these type of things. Right? When he's able to make plays on the field, it opens up the running game. That's what happened with Chubb. Yep. You see, that's why Chubb didn't get. He got 90 yards. When he played last week, the week before, that 80 yards. Yeah, so Chubb can get it, but he's not breaking out for 160 and 3 TDs.
Well, the thing too is, OBJ only had 2 catches. You see what the impact of him being on the field was. Look at Jarvis Landry. Look at Ricky Seals-Jones. Both of those guys.
No, it's because Baker got out of the OBJ vision. He took off his OBJ goggles. Because from game 1, if you looked at it and watched these games, you can see that Baker just wants to throw it to OBJ and hope for him to make a play. It's not how you do it, all right?
He was getting held a lot, too.
You spread it around. You have the run game kick it up there so they can't double OBJ. And then if they start stacking the box, then you have OBJ one-on-one, Landry one-on-one, and now, boom, big plays downfield. You can't just go, I'm going to throw it to Odell Beckham. People are going to game plan for that. They know he's your weapon. They know this, all right? But you got to show them you have other weapons that need respected. And they did that against Baltimore with Chubb running, Seals-Jones.
What a pickup that was by Dorsey.
Seals-Jones, he looks like a legit tight end.
He's a former receiver that's converted into a tight end.
So, I mean, there's a lot of weapons. It shows you
the other guy who I love, too, who they got involved was Dontrell Hilliard. He had the one long catch and run, but they got called back after the choking and the big fall, the personal foul. They ended up negating that, but he had a touchdown late in the game as well. Overall, I mean, it was a great performance offensively and defensively. I mean, they pretty much held Lamar Jackson in check for the most part. I know he got some yards there at the end when the game was pretty much decided. Picked them off twice. I think they sacked him 3 times. How about, I'll tell you what, and this is the guy I told you about before the season started, Jermaine Whitehead, safety. Had 8 tackles, a forced fumble, and an interception. playing in place of injured Morgan Burnett. He can end up being the starter going forward, even when Burnett comes back. And I mean, you got to hand it to T.J. Carey and Mitchell.
I mean, they don't have much weapon. There's not many passing weapons.
No, there's not. But it's 2 games in a row.
Brown.
They've played pretty well, even against the Rams.
Cooper Kupp and Cooks 8.
You only gave up 20 points though.
No, but they gave up like 200 some, 300 some. Fucking, I think Goff threw for like 400 yards.
But for missing your entire starting defense.
So, because what happened, your defense stepped up down when you're in the red zone. So yes, but you let them. They moved the ball on you guys with ease.
Well, Demarius Randall coming back too, it made a big impact.
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing because you were missing literally 3 of your 4 starting defensive backs last week against the Rams. So of course you're not gonna be locked down, right?
Yeah,
I get it, but this is different. This was a different animal. Lamar Jackson usually wins on his feet. Like if you control Ingram and Andrews, you take away like 60% of Lamar's offense.
Yeah,
that's literally what you do. That's how you beat the Ravens. So, I mean, if Bush can take care of Andrews or T.J. Watt can take care of Andrews next week, and then you have a chance of beating them, but I just don't think those 2 linebackers are going to be able to control them.
Joe Schobert had 17 tackles. He leads the AFC now with 44.
But how many did he miss?
Yeah, he does miss some, yeah.
It's like for every 2 tackles, he misses like 3, so it's like...
And then Olivier Vernon got his first sack. He's been opening things. Even though he hasn't gotten a sack, he's been opening things for Myles Garrett.
Now I'm going to ask you this question I think I already asked you before. Would you rather have Zeitler or Vernon? Right now.
When
the trade happened, you thought that was a great trade because you thought we had...
Well, the start of the season, I would have said Zeitler.
Start of the season?
Yeah.
Or when the trade was made?
First 3 games, I would have said Zeitler.
No, I'm talking about when the trade was made.
Yeah, I was happy about it.
You're cool because you thought you had linemen in the chute that were going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Like Corbett and all that shit. All right, now looking at that trade, right now, knowing what you know now, do you still trade for Vernon with Zeitler, or do you keep Zeitler?
That's a tough one. I think right now I'd still rather have Vernon. Because, from Eric Kush is starting to step up and play pretty well at guard.
I take the Pro Bowl guard.
But at
proven
at the same time
talent in guard, top 5 guard in the NFL, right guard in the NFL maybe.
Yeah,
easily, and you plug him. Your line's ridiculously better. But Vernon's not. He's calling. Yeah, you could pick up linemen that can do what Vernon does right now. Is open up lanes for Garrett. You can do that. Like you don't. I'd rather have Vernon. I'd rather have Zeitler right now. Now, if next couple games, if Vernon goes ape shit, then
that might get him started. Who knows?
It could, yeah. It could. He just go buck wild and start like raping all the quarterbacks. And then you know what? Eat my words. But as of right now, your offensive line could benefit from a player like Zeitler back in there in the mix. It would.
They said that Dorsey's already been looking around the league.
Yeah, the only one they're really gonna go Trent Williams is a candidate, but I don't.
They may need to add a linebacker. See, Kirksey's out for the season. He had to have surgery.
You know what? You guys could still have Kendricks.
Yeah,
like he's doing.
Yeah, that was a mistake. They got rid of him too quick.
Yeah, look what he's doing in Seattle right now.
But this is Mac Wilson's opportunity to shine and show he can be the man.
Is Taki?
No,
is he still injured?
They're keeping him in middle linebacker, so he's backing up Schobert.
Okay.
So Mac Wilson is going to be starting for Kirksey. So
on the outside,
but it kind of weakens the depth there. So they could look to add a linebacker.
Who do you think would be? I don't even know who's. I don't even know. Who
it's too early. The trade deadline's still ways away.
2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Is it week 8? So it's 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
5, 6, 7.
So yeah, this is week 5. So around the league, all the guys on 4-game suspensions coming back. Antonio Callaway will be back this week.
Taylor Lewan comes back.
Yeah, you get your tackle.
And it doesn't come at a better time. Literally, Buffalo's coming in. That defense in Buffalo's is.
Yeah, it's legit. I believe it now after seeing what they did with New England.
I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath.
Not that I was saying that was an instant easy win, but I mean, they looked better than some of the other games, but I mean, it's going to be tough.
Who?
Buffalo.
Well, I mean, they played the Patriots. The Patriots is like the, model for an NFL team,
Yeah.
They are the NFL team. Like,
Right.
easily in any game the Patriots play in, they're the favorites by touchdown or more.
You're just making Troy smile right now.
Yeah, well, that's fine, but they also played a Buffalo team and put up 16 points, and Brady put up less than 200 yards passing. So think about that. Buffalo's coming for that division. Brady's not going to be there for much longer.
Right.
And you got to look all the talent, the quarterbacks they let go too. Brissett's gone. Look what he's doing now. G's gone. I mean, it's they trade all their quarterback talent. And they don't have. I don't think they have anything right now because they dropped Hoyer.
Yeah.
So I don't even know.
I don't even know who they're back.
I don't even know. Maybe Troy could tell us about.
Troy, if you're listening, comment who's New England's backup, or if anybody else knows.
Yeah, I have no idea who the backup is, but that's just Belichick's game though. So I mean, until it doesn't work, whatever. But Buffalo's a team to watch out. Like they're 3-1, and their lone loss comes from a Tom Brady led Patriots team.
No,
So.
they need to get Josh Allen back.
Yes,
Matt Barkley's not going to win you any games.
That's not true. I don't know. I mean, he looked pretty good playing against the Patriots. Like Allen went out early.
Yeah.
So I think Barkley put up the and he didn't have a pass touchdown because I think Gore ran in that touchdown. But
it's going to be big for the Browns getting Antonio Callaway back, and hopefully Rashard Higgins said he should probably play because now Landry's in concussion protocol, so he's up in the air for Monday night. And of course, he's coming off the huge game, but if they can get those two back, then that'll help make up for the loss of Landry for a week or so.
Yeah. It's just weird not seeing Odell Beckham being like as effective.
Yeah.
Like he's effective in.
Well, I mean, he's got to understand.
He's drawing the coverage
with all the other weapons. It's going to happen. He's going to have his games where he gets 150 yards, but he's going to have games like last week where
2 catches for 40 yards.
He only gets a couple catches and
or 20 yards.
And he draws the attention and opens it up for somebody else.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it'll be big, too, once they have all 4 of their top receivers healthy because, I mean, Damian Ratley's not really scaring any defenses. So it'll open it up big time for all 4 of those guys when they're playing together. Hopefully Callaway's not out of shape. We'll see.
The Browns look like they may have secured their kicking situation.
Yeah, Austin Seibert, 7 for 7. I mean, as bad as he looked in the preseason, I mean, he looks awesome right now. And then Jamie Gillen's tied for second in the NFL with 11 punts inside the 20-yard line. So the rookie combo's getting it done so far.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when the weather turns for both of them, and they got to deal with the winds. Winter winds down at the stadium. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's a rough place to kick in.
Because Seibert's from Oklahoma, so he's used to kicking in the warm weather. So.
Yeah, but they get lots of wind there. Tornadoes.
Yeah, the tornado weather.
Tornadoes.
So he might be used to the wind.
But Gillian's a Scottish hammer, so I mean they have the Highlands. There's a lot of wind there. They're a coastal country. I mean, look at Braveheart. Those fucking things just going everywhere in the wind, man.
True.
So I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But he's also used to kicking a different type of football, though.
Yeah.
So, like, who knows?
Like we said, we got the 49ers coming up. They're 3-0. They've beaten Tampa Bay, Cincy, and Pittsburgh to this point.
See, in the beginning, those teams didn't look like their wins weren't that good.
Well, it's
Cincinnati's still a shitty win. Or, I mean, not an impressive win. Pittsburgh, not an unimpressive. Tampa Bay.
Is their 50-plus points, is that a fluke or...
Jameis Winston the last 2 weeks. Like, look at the game he did against the Giants. He put up pretty big numbers that week. Fucking Mike Evans had like 190 yards and 3 TDs. I mean, Winston the last 2 weeks has shown what people think Winston could have been. Should be.
He's got the weapons.
He has weapons all around him. His running game's looking a little better. Like
Chris Godwin's having a good
Godwin and their tight ends aren't doing that great.
Yeah, OJ Howard I thought would do better than
so did I, but Winston's starting to play like Winston was. He was intended to play, like he was drafted to do.
Right.
Like he put up big numbers last week against the Rams. He put up big numbers against the Giants. Now they just need the defense to tighten up a little bit, but their rush defense is ridiculous. With Vita V and Shu right there,
Yeah,
Dude,
I forgot that
nasty.
Sue was there.
It's nasty up front. You're gonna get nothing through that line.
Right.
Nothing. Their pass defense isn't that. They're top 10 pass defense too right now. I mean, their defense is, I think, top 10 overall in there. And if Jameis Winston can continue to play, I'd watch out. The NFC South is looking dangerous because it's gonna be wide open with Cam Newton out of the way. And, you know, when he's gonna come back, if he comes back, and he say he's not gonna come back until he's fully healthy.
Well, Kyle Allen's playing pretty good though.
Yeah, and that might. I mean, there's talks and rumors that Cam Newton might just pull Andrew Luck and it's like, I'm out.
Really? Yeah.
You know, see if he does it. I mean, he's diva enough to do it.
He's a strange dude.
Yeah, he's diva enough to do it.
Some of those outfits. He wears that to the game.
God, he's like. I'm not gonna.
He reminds me of Russell Westbrook with some of the.
No, he reminds me. He literally reminds me of like an old British woman. Like, does he dress like an old British woman, like Mary Poppins and shit like that? It's fucking ridiculous. Like I don't know. Well, he has a funhouse mirror that makes him look like he's fucking wearing a suit and tie, but he's actually wearing fucking rubber, like rain boots and like fucking a cummerbund or some shit. That's dumber and shit. But I mean, that division's wide open with all this court. Like the Falcons are playing like garbage. Matt Ryan is having a horrible season.
Yeah, he is.
They can't get nothing going. You got Drew Brees is out. Teddy Bridgewater is maintaining the ship right now.
Doing a decent
job. He beat the Dallas Cowboys without throwing a touchdown. I mean, without scoring. I mean, that was a great game. It was a defensive game.
Yeah.
Like, Dallas, I did not think Dallas Cowboys defense was that good. I mean, because if you're going to hold Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, you know, to not scoring at all.
Yeah.
Even with Teddy Bridgewater.
It's funny because I had an outside shot at beating Drew in fantasy, but I needed big games from Zeke and Michael Thomas. It was a bad game for that day.
yeah, right. I thought Kamara would eat a little more than he did, but Dallas's defense is young, really young, and very potent. It surprised me how good they were. They just swarm the ball. When the ball is, they're there. Like, it's just like they're not missing tackles, you know what I mean? And Leighton Vander Esch, who I wanted big time, you know, when he came out, is looking like that Pro Bowl, All-Pro linebacker. You know, he could be. He reminded me of like a hybrid between like Urlacher and Shazier. Like, he's very quick, you know, but he's that thumper. Like, it's just.
Well, I remember a few years back they took the chance on the kid from
Jalen
Notre
Smith,
Dame,
and he's just signed
the
a
torn ACL and missed a year and a half. And
yeah, Jalen Smith, he just signed a $60 million extension, and their linebacking core is young and good. Yeah. Like, it's good. And you have Sean Lee in the middle as a bench leader who still produces. That linebacking core is probably one of the best in the NFL right now. I mean, maybe behind the Bears with Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack.
You see, he took a leave.
But they're saying it was a personal issue, though.
Right.
I sent you that thing, it was a big loss. It was all personal issue. It wasn't health. It was personal. And he said it's all behind him, so he's eyeing to play this weekend. So if they get him back, that's going to be huge. Yeah. See, Bradley Chubb's out for the year, torn ACL.
Yeah, towards ACL.
So he's out.
Denver's in a bad situation.
Yeah. We'll see how long until we see Drew Lock, maybe.
Yeah, that could be coming sooner rather than later. I mean,
and
Washington's already made a move to Haskins.
And I heard a lot of shit. People saying, Haskins Haskins was thrown in there, right, with no time with the first string offense, no prep time,
3 picks.
Yeah, you know, just go, right? What? Like you
can't judge.
Keenan wasn't hurt, so he had no thinking like he was gonna
maybe
play. He couldn't get a mindset.
Give him a couple weeks.
He had a whole week now to prep and, you know, work with the first team offense. So, but Macklin was gone last week. Like, he didn't play.
Right.
So if he comes back, or McLaren,
McLaren.
If he comes back, he has a familiar weapon
that's
there.
That's his guy.
That could be huge for him because it's a familiar face, a familiar weapon, something that he knows they play well together, you know, and that could just be a boom boom, you know, off the bat, you know, and then
it's just too bad he's got 50-year-old Adrian Peterson in the back.
Well, yeah, Chris Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson's there too.
I'm surprised the Redskins don't make a trade for a running back. Like, there's some out there you can probably go get.
Yeah.
But because what's his name? Geis is back on the IR. I mean, I'd trade for somebody. I'd find something.
Yeah, they might.
I'd look at the Packers, like either Aaron Jones or Williams, because they're both eating up there.
Yeah.
The Saints even could be. You can look at the Saints too. I mean, Murray is their backup running back.
Yeah, Latavius Murray.
Yeah, that could be a new changer. That could be working for them, but we'll see. There's a lot of unique situations that are going to happen this week.
You want to get to our picks?
Yeah, well, I guess we can do that. So last week we both
Terrible.
bombed.
Yeah, it was a lot of upsets.
Bombed. Like we were both 7-9. We tied again. Surprisingly tied. 'Cause I thought he was going to take the lead on me because there's a few games like I picked Pittsburgh. I picked. Oh fuck! I don't even know what the fuck. Put it over there. I picked some teams that I didn't think that lost. I picked the Bills, and they lost. But he picked the Giants or the Redskins to win. I picked the Giants, not realizing that. And I picked the Titans, and he picked the Falcons, not realizing that. Yeah. So a lot of the shit that I missed, I thought was gonna help him go advance. Like
not
he
picking
missed
the Falcons anymore.
No. The Bills though, the Bills play the Titans this week. This is gonna be a thinker for me because I know LeVon comes back, and we got Mark Mariota had one of his best halves in his career. Yeah. AJ Brown looked like number one receiver, like a Pro Bowl receiver. You see that shit? He had 3 catches or 90-some yards and 2 TDs. It was ridiculous. Like he ate. Corey Davis ate. Like those receivers looking like what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Delaney Walker didn't do too much, but wasn't needed. And Derrick Henry had 100 yards rushing and no touchdown, which sucked because I was having both in fantasy. And 11 points, 100 yards on the ground sucks. But yeah, we got so we got Thursday night game, Rams and Seahawks.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's in Seattle. I'm going with the Rams. I think they need a bounce back game from getting destroyed by the Buccaneers last week. So I go with the Rams. I look for Jared Goff I'm
gonna go with Seattle at home.
Okay.
Bills and Titans.
I'm taking the Titans at home. If it was in Buffalo, I'd be going Buffalo. But I'm going to give the home field team this advantage this week.
I'm gonna pick your boys this week.
They get Lewan back. So it helps make that line better. Nate Davis, the rookie we have, he's looking really good. Like he showed a good game last week. Mariota wasn't sacked at all. They kept him upright 0. That's the first time in a hot fucking minute he hasn't been on his back. Right. Raiders Bears in Oakland. Raiders to look.
Yeah, they
have
offenses look good.
The defense isn't too shabby.
That's a tough one.
I think the Bears defense is just a little bit too much for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Chase McDaniels is going to be the starting quarterback. It looks like, and I just think he'll do enough to win in Oakland. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take Chicago as well. Now the interesting one: Saints and Buccaneers. Can Tampa Bay continue what they've been doing the last couple weeks with their high-powered offense?
And we're talking about too. Their defense, like I said, their defense is not that shabby either.
And you still no Drew Brees. You got Teddy Bridgewater going again.
I'm gonna go
Saints. I still can't put my trust into Tampa Bay just yet.
Because in New Orleans, I'm gonna go Saints. But I think we're both gonna be wrong on this one. To be honest with you.
Oh boy, battle of the basement. Cardinals and the
Kyler Murray gets his first win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals. They've scored some points.
Texans are gonna beat the Falcons.
Texans, screw Atlanta. Panthers and Jags.
I'm taking the Jags.
They gotta ride the Gardner Minshew train.
Minshew, and then Fournette had a breakout. I'm thinking that's gonna be a breakout game for him. So it's gonna. I think it's gonna.
Eagles, Jets. That's
Eagles. Yeah.
Luke Falk still starting for the Jets.
And I think Jordan Howard is gonna take a bigger role now after his huge game last week. I think he's gonna step up. I'm gonna go Pats. We just talk about
Redskins. Ravens and Steelers. I'm going Baltimore. Bounce back. Vikings at Giants.
I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm gonna go Giants. At home. Chargers, Broncos. Chargers.
I'm still trying to think the Steelers-Ravens game. Chill out.
Oh,
I picked the Vikings too. for the Vikings Giants, I think I think it's the Vikings over the Giants. I think the Vikings gonna bounce back from getting shut out by the Bears. They're gonna show them that I think Kirk Cousins is gonna be like, fuck you guys, watch this, hold my beer type shit. It's gonna be one of the few games he does it in, but he's gonna do it this one. You said you picked the Ravens.
I picked the Ravens. So they're going to be pissed off after being embarrassed at home.
I've literally gone if you look at my shit, dude, it goes. I'm not if I end up picking where I want to pick, it's gonna continue the pan. I think I think that Steelers game is a turnaround. Connor is finally doing what
he's not running the ball, but he's catching it.
Doesn't matter. However you move the fucking chain and get the points. I mean, I'm gonna go Steelers at home. I'm gonna take Steelers.
All right.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
To Packers at Cowboys.
What about Broncos Chargers?
Oh, I already said Chargers.
Okay, me too. Packers Cowboys. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a toss up.
No, Packers got beat by the. They got beat by the Eagles last week.
I'm gonna go Dallas at home. If it was in Green Bay, I'd take the Packers. I'll give the home team the advantage in this one.
Yeah, I think Zeke's gonna have a monster game. He's due for one. I'm gonna go Cowboys too.
Chiefs and Colts.
I'm taking Chiefs. They're in Kansas City.
Monday night, Browns and 49ers. We're gonna ride their momentum. Go Cleveland.
And then we got the tiebreaker. What do you think the score is? That's what we got. Fuck, we didn't even do that shit. We could not. God damn this. We suck at this. We had 2 ties.
Yeah, we did.
Or no, we had 1.
One. Yeah.
But we didn't even do a tiebreaker. The first week we did a tiebreaker, but
Right.
So let's do a tiebreaker so we don't have a fucking. Because we'll probably both go 8-8 and
total points of the Browns game.
Total points?
Yeah.
Okay. Or you just want to do
combine 2 teams.
Okay. You can do that. I'm going to go 24-17, Cleveland. So that'd be, 41 points?
I'll say 28-17. Cleveland.
501, Bob. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm 41 points. You said 28-17?
Yeah,
so
45.
45 points. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens, because I don't have the total right now from last week. I think for what our overall is. Can't remember what the fuck it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We gotta start writing that shit down.
I know. We gotta do a better job of tracking it.
We suck at this.
Yeah, we do.
So next week, are we gonna have our phone lineup? So we had it last week, but this week...
I'm hoping, yeah, we gotta try to find a extra phone to use. I don't really want to use my personal number.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust my friends that listen, but...
I don't trust your friends that listen.
Strange people calling me at all hours.
You can turn your phone into a 1-900 number.
So yeah, we'll get that figured. We got the first big step. We figured out how to hook it up, and it worked last week.
Yeah. So we'll end up getting... you can find that cork. I'm pretty sure you have it.
Yeah, I'll look. If not, I'll get another one. It's $7, so it's not a big deal.
And then... I have an old cell phone. Well, it's a Verizon phone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we could...
You just need some kind of service for it. If you could...
What if we could take that phone to Verizon and get a prepaid?
Yeah, you might be able to.
And just,
And then...
we can just use that cell phone number.
Yeah, might have figured out a way to get the phone calls to come through the live stream.
Yeah, webcam you were talking, right?
Yeah. So... That'd be big too, because if we're taking calls on the radio, people are going to hear us talking to the callers, but not.
So, since we have our stuff's over here, like this way, and all of our board and stuff's over here, so webcam's going to be over there.
Yeah.
But it has to be hooked up to the board.
Yeah, we'll have to run a line.
That's a big ass fucking line.
Yeah.
A long ass. What we need?
I know.
An audio cable?
I don't know. I gotta look into it. I gotta ask.
Does it go into the webcam?
Ask Daryl how he's got his hooked up. I know he said it goes into the board because that's how the calls go through.
Yeah. So they'll hear it on the...
Yeah, they'll hear it on Facebook Live.
Okay.
So
and then we'll hear it still through all this?
Yeah, we'll still hear it through all that.
Alright.
We'll get it figured out.
How about we just put them on fucking speakerphone?
Yeah, we could. I don't know how that'll sound, but, worst case scenario, we could do that.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I think we're just about out of time this week. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a minute. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
See who wins and
Browns and 49ers, Ohio State, Michigan State.
Yeah, we'll
talk about it next week.
Blackout. We need this win. Big win. Big win.
Yeah, we do. All right, guys.
Talk to you next week.